Hi, my name is Arik Kogan, and for this Whiteboard Wednesday, I'm going to be talking to you about the investment lifecycle. So one of the things that we've really tried to tackle at MRI over the last few years is how to address the needs of the real estate investment market. Obviously, we've got property management and accounting down pat. We've got that sorted out. But what we really needed to do is address the needs of those institutional investors, pension funds, REITs, and various private investors that need to track the performance of their assets and also identify how they want to deploy capital in effective ways. So let's talk a little bit about the investment life cycle from start to finish. The first thing that an investor is going to need to do is raise capital. So we'll put here raise capital. That would be step one. Is to raise capital. The second step is to invest that capital. So we'll put here invest capital. Step two. The third step, once you've invested that capital, is you want to report the financials of those investments. So we'll put here report financials. That is step three. Once you have the financials and you've invested that capital, you need to monitor the performance of those assets. So we'll put here monitor performance. So now you have a portfolio of assets, you're monitoring the performance of those assets. Now you need to think more long term. What's going to happen to my portfolio in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Because ultimately you want the value of that portfolio to increase over time and the dividends to increase over time. So what you need to do is formulate strategies. And that is step 5. And finally, to those who are managing these funds or portfolios of assets, you'd want to report all of the information that comes out of this process to your investors. So finally, we have report to investors. These 6 steps are what we at MRI consider to be the investment life cycle. And it's not just enough to understand what the life cycle is. We need to provide solutions to the market that address each and every piece of this life cycle. So what are the products that we have in place? For raising capital, we have Investment Central, which is a web-based application that contains all of the data associated with your pipeline, your investors. It allows you to send notifications to those investors about potential deals and notices and so on. So Investment Central is a key tool, and that's tied very closely to Investor Connect, which is our web-based portal for the investors themselves to receive the information that you want to make available to them. There's also one other piece that's worth mentioning here, and that is global valuations. Global valuations is our real estate valuation tool. It allows you to generate DCF valuations, cap valuations, cost valuations in North America. In the UK, it allows you to do your term and reversion, your hardcore valuations, and all the equivalent valuations in APAC as well. This is what you would use to underwrite the potential deals that you're interested in pursuing and providing information to your investors about. Investing the capital, there's really one application to talk about here, and that is investment accounting. Investment accounting is a tool that's tied directly to the accounting solution that allows you to do your consolidations, to post your contributions, to calculate your distributions, to track your capital calls and your commitments. This is the tool for accounting when you invest capital. It is also the tool over here for generating your financial reports on those investments. It can generate consolidated balance sheets, trial balances, income statements, but also investor-specific financial reports. When we get to monitoring performance, there's a number of solutions that can deliver really nice performance reports that will give you the information you need to monitor and track the performance of assets. This includes Investment Central that we've mentioned before. Investment Central allows you to generate dashboards, asset reports, also fund or portfolio level reports, as well as ad hoc Excel reports that are all being driven off the information that's contained in this database. In addition to that, we also have asset modeling. Investment Central is the appropriate tool for an asset manager. Asset modeling is more of a tool for the analysts that support and report to the asset manager. In this particular product, you can not only report on the current actual information about those assets, but you can also generate your forward-looking information, your valuations. You can drop all of those forward-looking information into portfolios and so forth. When we get to formulating strategies, we now move into fund, asset, and debt modeling. The fund, asset, and debt solutions allow you to not only bring all of your information into one place and report on that information both at an asset level and a consolidated level, but it allows you to do all of your strategic forward-looking analysis. You can build your asset business plan, your portfolio business plan. You can build a strategic plan for the next 5 years across your entire fund. You can value all of your assets. You can layer on forward-looking debt assumptions, not only for existing loans, but also refinancing. You can generate hypothetical assumptions around transactions, buying new assets, selling assets, taking on debt, doing dividend reinvestment plans, and so forth. This is where you do all of that strategic analysis. And then finally, reporting to investors, we come full circle to Investor Connect. Investor Connect, again, web-based portal for investors to log in and access all the information they need or has been provided to them by the asset manager or the fund manager about not only how those assets are performing and what their distributions are going to be for the quarter or for the next 5 quarters, but also information about the strategic plan for that portfolio and the investments that they're invested in. So this is the investment life cycle. We're very proud at MRI to say that we've addressed every single piece of this. And please contact us if you'd like to get a demo of any of these solutions. And that is the Whiteboard Wednesday about the investment life cycle. Thank you.